Corrin's going to go on to fight the #1 seed, but this is about as even as it gets. Yeah, I love the 8-9 seed, and I love the 16-17 seed match, so this is going to be a perfect one to see how accurate these seeders are and how good these players are at a matchup that I'm assuming they're both pretty unfamiliar with. I don't know of any top Corrins in Europe, and I don't know of any top Samus. I guess there is Yara. Sorry, there is Yara in Japan. So we'll see if Neo has played enough against Yara to make that happen. For now, this is a quick little juggle and already going for that big pin off stage. Neo controlling so much of Syski and gets the stock right off the rip. Oh, all right. Disadvantage is just looking all Neo's favor.
And you know, one matchup tool that is so useful here on the side of Corrin is exactly that back air. Because that back air it can eat up the charge shot if Corrin is facing back. So what you do is you just back air, and that is going to give you a lot of possibilities, albeit it will sacrifice a little bit of horizontal recovery, but you know for a fact that Corrin doesn't really struggle with horizontal recovery given the drift that they have, and not only that, but the angle that they can have whenever they up you, right? Whenever they have that Draconic Surge. Yep. And right now, once again, it is Syski, the one that is struggling. Yep, tries to catch him off guard with the recovery, not getting towards the platform. But in the end, second stock that can almost be taken on behalf of Neo with this back air. And once again, this is proving to be a very problematic tool within this matchup.
Yeah, we've seen a couple times that it looks like Neo has been covering the horizontal recovery very well. So Syski has opted to go low. Now we're going to see if Neo is going to be able to adapt, but sending a little bit too much time on the ledge. Invincibility gone, Axe Kick is here, and a pin to answer back out of invincibility. That's the classic thing that Corrins like to do right off that Angel platform, getting a ton of early damage on, obviously just killing at this high percent. So now let's see how Samus can answer back. Syski gets that charge shot into the dash attack, still racking up some percent and maybe answering enough back that he can be back in this game because the start looks so hot for Neo.
Yep, and not only that, but look at this. How many times has Syski gone for a grab that just does not work, and Neo is actually able to get something off of it. So Neo are really just trying to push it once again, just playing so much and so well around that burst range of the dash grab that you can see Syski obviously try to go for and plans around, to be fair. And it's really just giving him a lot of an advantage. It's the first time I've ever seen somebody actually combo off of a drop.
Yeah, that is a really smart way to go about it. I mean, Neo is just so comfortable with this character, knowing even when your character doesn't work properly, how to make something good happen. But grab in the opposite direction, that can't have been what Syski was going for. As now Neo just covers the roll with the dash forward turnaround F smash. Great work from Neo and a dominating performance.
First game, right? So we still have a lot of room for adaptation. I don't want to be the one to curse this, right? But I do think that we're not going to be seeing a 3-0, right? Not only because this is a 16 to 17 seed, right, match that you said yourself. So I don't think it's going to be dominating at all. But this is the first time that these players have matched up within this regard. And, you know, within the times that Syski has stayed here in Mexico, when the Mexican players has been able to move over there, you know for a fact that they've played, that Syski has played Corrin, right? However, I don't know if they've played enough Corrin in order for it to make a difference. And that is the very big what-if situation that we're seeing as of this moment.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I noticed off the rip on that match was just how comfortable Neo looked at dealing with Samus's recovery.
Off stage.
Yeah, just normally people are willing to let Samus go bomb, go do whatever off stage because they don't want to contest it. It's too scary out there. But this time, Corrin was like, Neo was like, nah, I'm in. I don't care.
And it's because Corrin actually has the ability to be able to do that, right? Oh my god.
Neo just rolled directly into that charge shot to 60 off of it.
One mistake, and look at this, like the advantage off of it as well. One mistake is all it takes, and really just the momentum overall right here.
Another one.
And no jump either. Gets it with the Zaire. This is going to be a rough one. Yep, he's not going to be able to make it back.
No,
he saves him, and he's able to breathe to see another day. Okay. If this turns into a reverse zero to death, I am going to laugh like you have no idea. 68% returning the favor as of this moment. 78 looking to get even stronger as of this point, but finally Syski says, ya estuvo. Ya no quiero. Patada en la cara. ¿Cómo la ves?
Since he got to be kicking himself after messing that one up. I mean, because like you said, no jump. I think Syski didn't know there was no jump, and that was one of the reasons why. To answer back. 0% to Neo's name, not even phased by that. early start from Syski. Both these players are very confident in their skills and not really worried if they get behind a little bit because there's always room to come back.
Yeah, definitely. And even like we're seeing right here, oh, he tried to catch him with the nair just below the ledge in order to be able to pop him up enough so he could follow up with another air, with another normal, but it's not going to work out within his favor. The forward air is proven to be a very, very big jail against what Neo wants to approach with, so it works out pretty well. Pivot grab, looking like Marth out here. I do not see it. I really do not think that should have grabbed him, but I mean, in the end, game disagrees with what the commentator has to say. 49% against Neo, starting to rack up slowly but surely. And even though you see, just the smallest amounts of the paralysis with the Draconic Vein, it's still not enough to stop the ledge trapping situation coming from Sisqui.
Syski just put the bomb there and let Neo make a bad choice. It wasn't even like Syski was forcing any actions at all. It's just like, eventually you're going to mess up, and a down smash to cover that tech roll in. Great awareness from Syski, knowing exactly how his moves are going to send, so he can capitalize to the utmost. 74% on, and once again, actually doesn't get the follow-up that he went for last time, just going for the forward air, and now this is looking so good for Syski. Once again, it just seems like there's no answer for Neo in the corner when he's stuck on that ledge. Now, really deep back air, and Syski answering back, uses the bomb to turn around so he can get a back air himself. Great work there, and the bomb doesn't get covered.
Ole!
Yeah, another grab. And like you said earlier, the grabs were not working out, but now I feel like Syski has a bead on Neo's defensive habits, and that might be enough. But yeah, forward smash going to kill off the top, 153%. However, Corrin, an incredible combo character, able to find a lot of big strings and potentially able to come back into this game. But the way Syski's been playing, it does not look like that's going to happen. A fair in the corner. Syski evens the score, 1-1.
And I really think that this was a case of grabbing I was going to say the bull because, like Spain and things like that, but grabbing the dragon by the horns, right?
Ooh,
because
I like
he
it.
really, really set out to say, like, okay, he was pivoting around my grabs, and that's when I got punished. Every single time I tried to throw a charge shot, he was just not there. So what do we do in these type of situations? We stop using the charge shot offensively in order to try to establish pressure, but use it as a reactionary tool. And then whenever we do that, we use a grab in order to start conditioning, and you start getting the ball rolling. La bola rolling.
La bola. He brings it all back together.
Bola. Yup. And it really just starts getting the ball rolling once again. And that is really what turned, and I'm not saying a charge shot, but it really was a snowball effect within that. Even though Neo was fast with the response within the first stock that we saw within that second game. But eventually, just Syski started saying, like, okay, I understand it now, right? And that's when he just started pushing forward, making sure Neo was uncomfortable at all times. So it ended up working out for him, going 1-1. Counter pick is going to be Town and City. A lot more platforms so you can evade sporadically here and there. And it just goes in with the pin, just starting off strong.
I love when somebody just runs all the way across the stage and uses just like a ridiculous aggressive option. I mean,
and it works.
It works, and it works. It's the funniest thing because it just means, especially later in the set, it just means they know what their opponent's been up to.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you're doing over there. Come on. Oh, but the bomb into the grab means that Syski sets up really well in the corner. The dribble bomb, meaning it's going to cover the top. Syski with the pivot grab, doing so well, setting up in this corner, and that is the perfection of Samus. Every time you set up perfectly and you react perfectly, you're going to get a stock out of it. It doesn't matter what percent your opponent's at. Great work by Syski, putting him in commanding position for this Game 3, the deciding game.
And we mentioned it, right? We mentioned that ledge trapping was definitely going to be one of the more circumstantial things that Syski was going to have to do. And that also led Neo with the advantage within the first set as well, because he just was not a lot of time within the ledge, right? And whenever he was, he did take exponential damage, but it didn't really work out too much within the favor of Syski. Tries to bait out that up B out of shield, right?
Yeah.
That you can see it with the shield movement right there. Fortunately for Syski, he did not fall for it. Now he's just going to simply run away a little bit, try to position himself a little bit better, gets a lot of damage on that shield, and then retaliates with the up B, goes in with the forward air. He does have a jump, he does have an air dodge, but now you're at the ledge, and once again, you do not want to be the ledge against Samus because of how well she can ledge trap you.
Yep, parries the Dragon Fang shot into the bomb, and once again covering the neutral get up with that long-lasting forward air hitbox, covering with the bombs, but that time the up B was able to clean up them and get back to the ledge. However, just once that happens, Syski is pushing Samus off stage once again. Now Neo picking up the pin, and the second one catches out. I love that. Just a little bit of weight knowing that a lot of people will expect you to use the lunge in the opposite direction to get away, and you want to get out of shield as soon as possible to punish. But now Sisqui with the axe kick gets the kill in the corner. So much damage coming out of this Samus main has been a disaster for Neo.
Man, just looking really, really good. And we're talking about Sisqui. That's not an axe kick. That's the guillotine kick, right? So we gotta check that out as well. But at least for now, we do see Neo struggling a lot, still being able to pivot around the effective range of that grab, which is so good. Now we're looking at once again a ledge trap situation. He wanted to go for that spike so bad. I would dare say it's one of the more characteristic things that Syski has within his gameplay. Tries to go in for it again. Ledge trap situation, gets it with the bomba. Bomba yucateca. We're going to go ahead and see once again. Oh, gets it with the down air and retaliates with one of his own. Goes in with the pin. Now 95% tries to go in with the back air once again, and it works out. Ooh, I thought for a second that we were going to see, you know, an unfortunate situation like that for Neo, but still being able to make it out alive right there. 110% starts to accumulate. Tries to go in with the up tilt. Not going to be able to get it. And now Syski is on the leading foot once more.
And this is the edge guard situation we've seen so many times. The forward here does not actually cover the neutral get up. Okay. However, a turnaround into back air secures the stock, and Syski is up 2-1 on Neo, looking really good despite that early fumble where it's just Neo was able to take advantage of every disadvantage situation from Syski. And I really noticed a lot of Neo going super deep and Syski staying even further off stage while recovering with bombs. And then we saw Neo overcorrect and go even further off stage and eventually catch that back air. And you know, it's such a big move that covers the bounce off the bomb in such an incredible way. So.
Yeah, because it not only does that, but it also like absorbs the explosion. Right.
Right. You don't even have to worry about trading with it because you just get sent back towards the stage anyway.
I mean, if it is well spaced, right? Because we did see Neo actually get hit with it, which
yeah,
could have gone a little bit south, but unfortunately for him, it did work out with
as long as you hit the Samus too, it's okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine, right? We were talking about whenever you do have that horizontal recovery, I mean, really, Corrin doesn't struggle too much. Game 4 situation right here, in which we are going to be seeing Syski immediately whip a grab, and this is exactly what we're talking about, man. Like, you know that these things really, really start adding up, and they start to tilt, but, you know, the tolerance to tilt is something that is very well trained if you're a top player.
Yeah, I feel like I always talk about having a short memory, like, you know, forgetting about things that went wrong. You're like, you know what, I don't have time to analyze during the game. I have to just be able to play my game plan. And if something went wrong, even if you were choosing correctly, oh no, Samus doesn't work. The character doesn't work sometimes.
Smash ultimate, baby!
And a down smash covers that neutral get up so well after the bomb setup. And Syski is looking poised in this game 4 spot. Now it just Neo needs to figure out a way to come back into this one. We saw the early plans from Neo have stopped working. A lot of these edge guard situations that worked out really well early, Syski's not falling for them anymore. But okay, forward tilt off ledge. Let's see. Yeah, he just goes so deep that you can't even catch it with the back air.
Yep, and even though like it's a really, really long range option that he has, like, they just wants to make sure that he doesn't do much off of it. What a great pivot grab that we saw right there. No,
spike. No
está volviendo loquito, está volviendo loquito. Going crazy right there, but fortunately for Neo, able to maneuver around that down tilt with the pin. He's still going to be able to make it back, but I mean, at least he's still racking up the damage with the advantage right there. Why are you rolling in on the charge shot, bro?
So many times we see Neo try to roll in on the charge shot and just get punished to the utmost. He's on 60% off the first interaction in that last game, but now let's see how Neo is going to handle this disadvantage. Not going for anything special, just a little bit of drift. And Syski not going to punish, but just happy to take this center stage. However, Neo with the up air, recontrolling the stage position. Let's see what the option is. Just get back on. Shield, no problem here from Syski, but the pin will finally find its mark, Dio.
And something that I do have to recognize is that there's been a lot of mix-up within the recovery that Syski has, using to the full extent all the tools that Samus has, right? Which is Zair, which is bomb, which is sometimes even missile, charge shot, air dodge, everything really. And Samus is one of those characters that a lot of people tend to recognize that you cannot go for her off stage unless you're able to punish the player, not the character itself, right? You punish habits, you don't punish the recovery.
True, very true. Another pin doesn't work the right way, but the opposite direction does cover the tech. And it's going so low, able to avoid out that Dragon Fang shot as well. But now, no invincibility, able to go high and avoid that ledge trapping, but I mean, Sisqui, it seems like he's right on Neo's tail as the shield gets smaller and smaller. Going for an aggressive option, but Neo doesn't find the right hit on the pin, and now we're dead even at this second stock juncture deal.
Yep, and tries to go in with the option coverage right there with the forward smash. Is it going to get him? No, I thought for a second that maybe he was going to be able to get him, but no, not going to work out. Dash attack from Samus, very strong, but you know, not one of those things that you generally see take a kill, but it does work out for him. Neo is on his winner's side stock as of this moment. He has to make it count.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of times Neo is able to answer back very early while at low percent. See if he can do that once again. Going for the pin, the lunge in the opposite direction isn't quite covered, but the defensive option offer is, and the forward air final hit sets up really well. Samus almost getting another forward air, which would have ended Neo's winner's side bracket. Now though, Syski going off stage, very low, very safe. A pivot grab into up throw, does it. We've seen multiple times Neo get that exact situation, and Syski falls for the bait.
Yep, and you know, we did see, you know, some really, really weird things, right? Like that the range of that grab sometimes is just, but right now, we do see Syski, you know, really just taking his time with things, trying to push his advantage, but the moment he feels like the most minimal resistance, he just steps back and starts charging up again. Rather than just pushing off an offense that has a very, very low success rate after the simultaneous hits that he gets, right? The consecutive hits, rather, that he gets. He just simply starts pushing back and resetting to start doing that all over again. And it's been working out wonders for him. Able to get the footstool off of it. Neo is struggling with the game plan right now, or rather, the rhythm that Syski is placing out right here, looking like flamenco of all things.
Oh, and a really low bomb actually gets a little bit of a hit, but not enough to get damage into that. It goes for the up smash, trying to anti-air, but apparently the down air through the platform was able to beat it out. Unfortunate for Syski, and now he's so far off stage with that back air, going really high, but able to Zair from way up there. And now this is the ledge trapping that Syski is known for, is able to get out, and we're back to center stage. This charge cancel into grab that Syski uses so well, and the bombs once again. Oh, but he gets off the bounce, so he's not able to get a punish on the roll in, and we are so close to a kill for Syski. And Neo clutched this out. No, the up air is not enough. Oh, it's such a high percent. We know dash attack is able to kill at this percent. Forward air might kill, and this situation is deep enough and is strong enough. Forward air gets the stock, and Syski in a 16 versus 17 seed match comes out on top and moves on in top 64. Congratulations to Syski after a hard-fought battle.
And you know, it's nice that you bring up the seed once again, right? Because 16 versus 17, you're like, yeah, one of these players actually makes it to top 16, right? It's seeded to make it to top 16, and the other one isn't, right? So, yep, a lot of things to take into consideration right here. Quiero escuchar un aplauso para Syski. There we go.
And his work is certainly going to be cut out for him, as his next match is